My name is Linda Birmingham and I've performed at the Farm Festival for some years, and I always do my party piece, and I'm going to do my party piece first this time. It's I'll Tell Me Ma, and please join in at home. I'll tell me ma when I get home, the boys won't leave the girls alone. They pulled my hair, they stole my comb, well that's alright till I get home. She is handsome, she is pretty, she's the belle of Belfast City. She is caught in 1, 2, 3, please won't you tell me who is she? Albert Mooney says he loves her, all the boys are fighting for her. Knock on the door and they pull on the bell, saying, oh my true love, are you well? Out she comes as white as snow, with rings on her fingers and bells on her toes. Oh, Johnny Murray says she'll die if she doesn't get the fella with the roving eye. I tell me ma when I get home, the boys won't leave the girls alone. They pulled my hair, they stole my comb, but that's alright till I get home. She is handsome, she is pretty, she's the belle of Belfast City. She is caught in 1, 2, 3, please won't you tell me who is she? Let the wind and the rain and the hail blow high, the snow come tumbling from the sky. She's as sweet as apple pie, she'll get her own lad by and by. When she gets a lad of her own, she won't tell them all when she comes home. Let them all come as they will, 'cause it's Albert Mooney she loves still. I tell me ma when I get home, the boys won't leave the girls alone. They pulled my hair, they stole my comb, well that's alright till I get home. She is handsome, she is pretty, she's the belle of Belfast City. She is caught in 1, 2, 3, please won't you tell me who is she? I tell me ma when I get home, the boys won't leave the girls alone. Pulled my hair, they stole my comb, well that's alright till I get home. She is handsome, she is pretty, she's the belle of Belfast City. She is caught in 1, 2, 3, please won't you tell me who is she? This next song is based on a story from a book by Duncan Williamson, who collected stories from the west coast of Scotland from travellers that he met on his way. This particular story was about a lighthouse keeper who he met in a pub. And he says that the lighthouse keeper was very clear that this was a true story. And Duncan leaves the reader to make their own minds up about it. It's the lighthouse keeper. Peter was a lighthouse keeper, he told this tale to me, and said that once you've been silked, you always will believe. His wife would pack things for the trip, and she would add surprises. This time he found in 3 odd slippers his favourite malt and spices. This time he found in 3 odd slippers his favourite malt and spices. When sunny he'd go fishing to catch some good fresh trout. He'd while away the peaceful hours with fishing rod and stout. One day he went down to the sea and saw for the first time ever a poorly seal amongst the rocks, laced with seaweed leather. A poorly seal amongst the rocks, laced with seaweed leather. In his fishing wellies he waded in and saw that she could breathe. He left his rod and picked her up, his oxters both did heave. He laid her on his only bed and laid a blanket on her and gave her a drink of healing milk and said, my friend, just rest there. He gave her a drink of healing milk and said, my friend, just rest there. Once she was well, they played some games like Hunt the Slipper. She'd find them hidden in the room and then push them with nose and flipper. But then one day the room went quiet, he knew she'd swum back home. But lined up at the foot of his bed were 3 slippers in a row. 3 in a row, she'd lined them up, 3 slippers in a row. 3 in a row, she'd lined them up, 3 slippers in a row. A storm rolled in, waves crashed on the rocks, he rushed to check the lights. slipped on the step and cracked his head. Would he survive the night? But then he heard a flip and a flap. Was it the sound of someone's shoes? And a beautiful woman appeared to him and fed him a salty food. Yes, a beautiful woman appeared to him and fed him a salty food. She cared for him for 10 more days, said her name was Rona. She brought him tea and fed him well, and he loved her like a daughter. But then one day no tea appeared. He found the girl had flown. But lined up at the foot of his bed were 3 slippers in a row. 3 in a row, she'd lined them up, 3 slippers in a row. 3 in a row, she'd lined them up, 3 slippers in a row. So if someone swims into your life and helps then disappears, you'll know you've just been silked and the feelings will be dear. If someone swims into your life and helps and disappears, you'll know you've just been silked and you'll have a tale to share. You'll have a tale to share. Yes, you'll have a tale to share. And I was lucky enough to actually swim with seals last year, so that song, which was written before then, seemed quite prophetic, really. The next song is my version of She Moves Through the Fair. When I first wanted to sing this song, I realised that it didn't quite make sense to me. So I've mixed the verses about a bit and I've added another verse, which I'd like to think gives it a happier ending. My love said to me, oh, my father won't mind, and my mother won't slight you for your lack of kind. And he stepped away from me, and this he did say, oh, it will not be long, love, till our wedding day. He stepped away from me and moved through the fair, and fondly I watched him move here and move there, and he smiled as he passed with his goods and his gear, and that was the last that I saw of my dear. The people did say that no two were e'er wed, and one had a sorrow that ne'er was said, and he made his way homeward with one star awake, as a swan in the evening moved over the lake. Oh, I dreamt last night that my true love came in. He entered so softly, his feet made no din, and he laid his hand on me, and this he did say, oh, it will not be long, love, till our wedding day. And then I awoke, and my true love I saw. Oh, he was there smiling by the side of the door, and I stepped up towards him, and this he did say, oh, now you have passed, it is our wedding day. So a little bit of a happier ending. So the other thing that always happens at the farm festival when I'm there is that I start dancing. And I start dancing because the music's so fantastic I have to. But as nobody usually wants to dance with me, I dance with my broom. So to keep up that tradition, I'm going to do that now. and I'm going to dance to some music that Tim Brooks has played for me called Pigeon on the Gate. So we're off to the garden now.